Okay, this is a review of the 10 neodymium magnets, 1/2 inch by 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch thickness. Magnets I purchased off Amazon. You get 10 of them for like $9. Now, these magnets. Okay, yeah, these magnets. Come in a tube like this, which is kind of nifty, but I got to tell you, they're still not all that strong, and, these actually come apart a lot easier than any of the other magnets, even though it's N48 grade, which, puts it at like 1.4 Tesla or so. These magnets here, which are N45 grade, about 1.3 plus Tesla, these things are quite a bit more difficult to pull apart, even if you have a small stack. I mean, these are a heck of a lot more difficult to pull apart, but it's mostly just because these magnets, I mean, these want to get each other, but you can kind of tell there's a lot more magnet here than there is here. Now, these I bought on Amazon too, 30 of them for like $12, and these are insanely strong. These, again, these are, like 40 some odd cents a piece. These, on the other hand, are $9, and you're getting 10, so these are like 90 cents a piece, and even though they're a higher grade magnet, the fact of the matter is they're just not as strong because there's not as much magnet there. So you're mostly just paying for the hole. I mean, that's what it basically amounts to. I mean, all the magnets, you see with holes are all way more expensive than you would think they should be. And this is a case of that. You're mostly paying a lot of money for the hole here. You're actually getting less magnet for your money. It's not as great of a value. But if you have to have a hole in it, I mean, this is the only way to go, and those guys know that. So, so they're charging you a premium for the hole, basically. But, I mean, they're strong, don't get me wrong, but, I mean, they're just not as strong as some of the other offerings on Amazon. And, again, you can see some reviews of these other magnets, like, for example, let's see, the other magnets I bought were the bikes, 30-piece N45 neodymium magnets, super strong, etc. So, again, you can go see my review on those, and you can certainly check out my magnet videos on YouTube. But I just bought these because I thought they might come in handy for making certain, items where I needed to actually have a hole in the magnet. But generally speaking, if you're looking for super strong magnets to play with, they're not all that great. But then again, again, sometimes you need to have a hole, and that's good. It's good to have a hole that you can stick them through. So I hadn't really gotten around to seeing if there's anything interesting I can do with these. I guess you can make some pretty cool. And I hadn't thought of this. I guess you could do some interesting things. With like levitation and stuff, because it does have a hole in it. I hadn't thought of that. Let me see if I can find a pencil or something. Because I've actually never, because since I hadn't had magnets with a hole in them, I've actually never been able to do this. Yeah, but anyway, since these things have a hole in them, you could, do things like this, so, as far as tricks and so forth, that's about the only thing you can really do. This is the only thing that's non-metallic or non-ferrous that I could, put these magnets on. So, it kind of makes you, like a magnetic spring suspension system, if you will. But anyway, the fact of the matter is, it's mostly just, if you need to attach something to it, you know, like drive a screw through it or something like that. This is the only way to do it, because you cannot, neodymium magnets, you know, are very hard and brittle, so you cannot drill holes through these things. Because they're basically ceramics on the inside of them, and, you know, they got a metal nickel coating on them, but that means, you know, that coating is very hard and the ceramics underneath are very brittle and hard, and you'll start exposing the ceramics to the atmosphere, and it starts degrading them and everything else. So it's not, you know, you really can't drill holes in magnets. The only way to do it is to actually buy magnets with holes already in them, you know, because you're just asking for, you know, trouble trying to drill holes through magnets. But at any rate, the fact of the matter is, you know, these are what they are, and they're a pretty good value for magnets with a hole in them. But again, you know, you're really paying a lot of money for the hole is what you're doing. So unless you really need a hole in them, you know, I, you know, would go elsewhere, because they're not really all that great of a value for, you know, for neodymium magnets in general. But they're, you know, like I said, pretty good value for a magnet with a hole in them. So, you know, given that fact, you know, again, it's just a question of whether you need something like that or not. Anyway, thanks for your time.
Grip assimilation completed, Master.